a few minutes. How's everyone's Sunday afternoon going? I just finished doing 3 videos for y'all. A more detailed video with Megan Thee Stallion because y'all know I'm trying to live stream, but I did I feel like my pre-recorded videos are better than my live streams right now. So I did a pre-recorded video for Megan Thee Stallion and her strange case that she got going on. I talked about Krishan Rock because she has slithered back onto our For You page and into our algorithm, girls. And I also talked about the worker in Detroit, Michigan who snapped and basically unalived her manager. So y'all are going to be getting those within the next couple of hours. I'm going to pop those videos out. And I may try to do a live stream again because I'm trying to live stream every day like a schedule. I'm trying to get better at it because I feel like I can talk about a lot of topics instead of doing pre-recorded. But we're going to see. So happy Sunday, babes. So yeah. But yeah, I'm probably gonna do that. But yeah, expect to start getting videos probably within the next hour. It shouldn't take me too long to edit the Megan Thee Stallion video, and it shouldn't take me long to edit any of my videos. They were pretty straightforward. So, yeah. So, anyways, but I'm starved, McGarb. It's almost 12 o'clock where I'm at, and I need to get. I had 2 cups of coffee because I was trying to curb my appetite because I did not feel like cooking breakfast for myself. I did not feel like cooking breakfast for myself. So now I'm like really starving, but I think we're gonna grill today because I want barbecue, but I'm like, oh, that's what I didn't do a video on. I guess we can talk about it now. So there is a food war going on in Louisiana, y'all. So a popular food influencer on TikTok, Mr. Chimetime, is in Louisiana doing food reviews. And so this is why I'm my big back is showing. My big back is hungry because like his food reviews is making me hungry. Like, cause he hitting up spots I ain't never heard of in a 337. I've heard of Glenda's Creole before, and Glenda's is chef's kiss. Love it. Good lunch plate, good stuffed brisket. But so I should did a video on this, but whatever. We can talk about it on the live. So Mr. Chimetime went to New Orleans, he went to Baton Rouge, and now he's in the 337, the Lafayette area. And I didn't watch any of the Baton Rouge videos, but I did see some of the videos he did while he was in New Orleans, and he said the food wasn't good. So like now there's a food war between Lafayette and New Orleans about who has the better food. And so far, he has put, so far, he has put Lafayette in the lead as having the best food in Louisiana. And so a lot of people feel some type of way. A lot of people are saying like New Orleans food, is the best. He basically was trying to humble New Orleans by saying that Lafayette food is better. And so if I got to be honest with y'all, and if I got to keep it a buck and keep it 100, Lafayette food is better. It just depends on your taste bud and what your preference are. Like, even as far as, Louisiana does have the best food in my opinion. Like whenever I travel out of state, like the food, I heard Chicago had really good food. I've never been to Chicago, but Chicago is on the bucket list. But I heard Chicago has good food. But Louisiana, girl, the food is just better. Like New Orleans food is good, but Lafayette is better in my personal opinion. But it's just a friendly food war. Like, and people are taking it personal against this man. Like, people are like, oh, I hope he don't get hurt, out here in these streets, whatever, talking about New Orleans food. Like, the food did look gross that he reviewed. Like, especially that stuffed bell pepper that had the breadcrumbs on it. Girl, that looked a mess. I didn't know what that was. But, like, a lot of, but I do enjoy the food here more in Lafayette. So I guess a lot of people are saying like there's key differences, right? So Lafayette has more of like a Cajun food, like very rich, soulful Cajun food, which is a lot of gravy based, like roux. And if you go to New Orleans, they have a lot more of a fine dining Creole tomato base, red base, for a lot of their food. And so that's what some people are saying, like that's the key difference is basically whatever your taste bud is. But it's just like, I don't really have a favorite restaurant, but I had to think about it in New Orleans. Like the only restaurant that I really did like in New Orleans was like this pizza restaurant that was around the corner from my husband's grandmother's house. Like, it was on Magazine Street. And so that was really good. And I think the Chop House in New Orleans is pretty good. But as far as like a good food experience, girl, it's Lafayette hands down. And it's no shade. Like, I think both cities, town, like, I mean, Lafayette's the country, but whatever. They have good food. But people was like, oh, well, that's all you can do in Lafayette is just eat. That's all y'all can do. That's why y'all know how to cook so well, because y'all don't have anything going on. Y'all don't have anything going on in Lafayette. And so, but it's just like, I don't know, but people are taking it personal. I just think it's all in good fun. But people think that he's being very divisive. They think that he is intentionally trying to just humble New Orleans and try to basically say New Orleans is just overhyped in Lafayette. But no, I've never been to Telly's before. I've never heard of it before until he did the food review. But now, like, Telly's is like on my list of like when I want to have a big back moment. Glenda's I can only go to every few years. Glenda's has some good food, but I mean, you know, and people in New Orleans like, oh, Lafayette finally getting some shine because no one comes to Louisiana to go to Lafayette because no one's ever heard of Lafayette. That is probably true. Like, more people have heard of New Orleans than they have heard of Lafayette. But like the food is just better. Like, even y'all know, I heard y'all heard of Cafe du Monde. Mid. Beignets are mid. Like, in my personal opinion. Beignet box, chef's kiss. I don't know if you ever had beignet box. They're in California, but they were in Lafayette for some time. They started like in the Lafayette area. On their website it says New Orleans, but I don't know. I know they were mainly in Lafayette. Did not know they were in New Orleans, but Lafayette had the beignet box, which is way better than Cafe du Monde. I mean, the best beignets you will ever have in your life. Like, Cafe du Monde, it just, I don't know, it just tastes crispy, tastes a little burnt. It just wasn't that good. It was cold. It was just, not the best. So, but yeah, so there's a friendly food war that people are taking too serious. What, the restaurant I was talking about, the beignet box. So they have one in California. They have a couple of locations in California right now. Like, I think they're expanding a lot in California, a lot quicker in Louisiana. We just had the food truck out here, but it's so good, and it was so much better than Cafe du Monde. Like, I've never been, I remember when I first had it, I was like, this is what people be ranting and raving about. Like, I just prefer the food here. My husband and his people are from this area. And so, like, when I go to certain restaurants, they're just like, this is just how we cook at home. Like, it's so good. It's so good. Like, one of my favorite places to go is like in this small village, you know, the Little Big Cup. It's so good. And he's like, my family cook like this all the time. So I'm from Louisiana. So yeah. But yeah, a lot of people are upset and thinking he's being divisive. And people in New Orleans are trying to be like, oh, we're hype, you know, because someone finally gave us some recognition, you know, that the food is better in the 337. But it's just like, I mean, I guess, like, whatever. But a lot of people go to New Orleans because it's a touristy city, a touristy town. And it was like, what are you going to do in Lafayette? There's not a whole lot to do in New Orleans either, babes. Like, in my opinion. Yeah, the best spots, like, but like I was telling him, I don't know if he's going to go to any of my recommendations, but I was telling him he needs to go to Villager Cafe. They have the best po' boys. Their po' boys, to me, is better than the po' boys in New Orleans, the ones that I've had. Like, you know, I feel like, and he made a good point. He got a muffalado or whatever when he was in New Orleans, and he was like, this is a very big sandwich. And he was like, he feels like people in New Orleans may have a seafood problem. The bigger the food they see, they think it's good. And so I think that might be true, because I remember my husband was telling a story, whatever, but when he was a child and he would be at his grandma's house, they would go walk to some restaurant. I can't think of the name of the store, but they would get this super long po' boy, and it would feed all of the grandkids and whatever. And so he bragged on it. And when I tried it, I was like, I think this is more of like a quantity than a quality. And that could be just the case in New Orleans as well. Anyways, y'all, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to my videos. I'm about to hop off. I just wanted to get on here and just kind of talk, but I forgot to do my video about chimetime and my thoughts about the food war between New Orleans and Lafayette. All right, I'm hungry. I'm about to go. Bye.